All right. Hey, this is Keith Mohr here from Global Rising Song, and I am so glad that you're with us tonight for another exclusive interview with one of our mid round leaders. And this is round 17. We've done 17 of these rounds so far. And with me tonight, I've got Frances Dross. Frances, how are you?
I'm doing really well.
Well, that's
Yeah.
great, great, great. I am so glad that you're with me, and congratulations on being our leader at this point of the round. How's it making you feel?
I don't know what to say. I'm in shock. um, it's just been amazing. I feel very supported by people and overwhelmingly so.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Well, your fans have done a fantastic job. You have 1,228 votes right now. We started this round on Monday at noon, and it did not take you very long to take off. And it's been fantastic watching your fans respond to your call to come over and cast a generous vote for you. How are you doing that? I mean, how are you mobilizing your fans like this? This is amazing.
I don't know. I just ask, and it's I yeah. I just ask and I put it out there, and they've
Yeah.
responded. And I've asked, yeah, I've asked a lot during COVID. That's how I feel like
Yeah.
I've changed to virtual ministry, and my fans have just responded over and over, and I thought, oh, here we go on another way that they can contribute, and I'm like, this is,
Right.
and they just rise to the occasion, and I'm very honored,
Well,
truly.
that's awesome. Well, we do say that this is a contest where the songwriter and their fans rise to the top. You know, if you have the most votes, you're at the top of the list, and it graduates down from there. So, you folks who are watching this who may not be aware of what this event is, real quick, it's called Global Rising Song. I started it back in May of last year when COVID hit, and I was doing a songwriter competition in Nashville in a bar, and they shut us all down. We couldn't get in any of the bars. And I thought, man, what am I going to do? I can either stop everything or I could take it online and figure out a way how to do it and do it well. So I came up with a concept for to help the songwriters like Francis and all the other ones who have come through the event to be able for them to go to their fan base, and actually when they cast a vote, they're donating to them, and that funds those that money helps them to be able to continue in their songwriting journey. So some of them have not been able to go out and perform live like you, right, Francis? You've not
Right,
really been able to go out and do much of anything.
right.
Yeah. So so that's the concept. So when somebody casts a vote, they're donating $1 per vote, and the cool thing is that they can donate as many votes as they want at one time. They can write in any amount, and we've had votes as high as 2,000,
Wow.
2,000 vote, yeah, in one shot. So it's been amazing. It's we've raised over $75,000 so far. And Francis, you are, like I said, sitting at 1,228 votes, and it's amazing what your fans are doing for you. What do you plan on doing with your funds?
Well, I've been thinking about that because it's more than I thought it would be. So
Yeah.
I've raised the ceiling, but I'm going to apply the same principles I try to apply to any money that I get. And I save some, I share some, I invest some, both in mutual funds and then in my business. And then I have some gear in my studio that needs replaced that's just fried the last month or so. And
Oh, wow.
so that's, is that technical enough? Is that deep enough?
Deep enough, yeah. Well, it's wonderful. I mean, the cool thing about the contest is that we do have one winner for the fan vote. Whoever gets the most fan votes, they win an extra $100 from us. So we give them an extra $100 on top. But the cool thing about it is that everybody else in the round who have received votes, they get their funds as well. So that's really, really cool. We split it 75-25. The 25 helps me to give out cash prizes and take care of all the business obligations that I've got to take care of as a business. And it's worked out really, really well. You know, Francis, we've never had one person say, give me my money back. My favorite didn't win.
Wow. Wow. Well, that's great. I
Yeah.
think what you're doing is awesome.
Yeah, well, thank
Yeah.
you so much. Thank you. So let's talk about your songwriting. So when did you start writing songs? When did you get that bug to like go out and put your thoughts into a song and go out and share them?
Well, they were two different bugs. One was 1993. I went through some stuff and started writing music. I just started hearing lyrics and melody
Wow.
and started writing it. But it took me years to gain the confidence to share those with people.
Hmm.
So had a long journey of just getting up the courage to even sing in front of people. I was a piano player in front of people, but singing in front of people was scary for me. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like I started writing and then I grew into performing and then recording, and it just, one thing leads to another.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's. I know you've been working at it for a while, and you can really tell by the depth and the quality and the caliber of your songwriting. I mean, your songs are not the typical, cookie cutter vanilla. They actually have a lot of great melody changes, a lot of movement, a lot of structure to them. They're obviously well thought out, and you have, done a great job with your music. And I know that a lot of times songwriters will jump into this contest from all over the world, and I don't know who they are. I learn about them when they sign up. But I have known you for quite some time because you're in Pennsylvania, right? You're in
yeah,
Newville, Pennsylvania. Well, I used to live kind of close to you, up north of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. And I was running a studio back in the late 90s, early 2000s, and you came to me
I know.
to help you with some of your songs. And here we are all these years later.
I
What a
know.
blessing to be able to do that. That was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
And
I
so,
was, I
yeah.
think you were my second producer, and I had done 2 projects, and I was looking for someone who would add some kick and punch to my songs, and
Well,
you were the guy. So
Well, it was amazing. It was a wonderful time to get to know you back then. And here we are all these years later. But when I got down to Nashville in 2003, I started a songwriter conference, and you would come down to that conference.
yeah,
And actually, that's what I really respect about you is that you were learning all the while you were writing. You're learning how the business works. You're learning how ministry works because you're mainly in the Christian market, right?
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So you came down and did that, and got introduced to some great people, like your most recent producer. Tell us about that. Tell us like how that all happened for you.
Well, we were just finishing up I Still Believe,
Yeah.
but I knew that I was probably going to be recording the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And I remember it was at your first CIA conference in
Yeah.
Nashville. And I remember walking by Eric Copeland's display
Yeah.
and just talking to him. And I said, "Oh, are you any relation to Aaron Copeland, the conductor, whatever, the composer?"
Yeah.
And we just hit it off. And then a lot of his artists shared at that conference. I think you
Yep.
did a concert the last night or something. And I remember just sitting in the front and just weeping because I'd never been to Nashville.
Hmm.
I just didn't know a whole world out there existed like it did, and you opened me up to that. And I connected with Eric's music and Eric's artists
Yeah.
and the way they presented themselves and their heart behind their music. And I just remember thinking to myself, if I do another CD, which I planned to, I
Yeah.
want to work with Eric Copeland. And you're the gracious kind who networks people together. And so you were all about helping me find the next producer. And
Yeah.
so that's where I connected with Eric, Tom Jackson,
Yeah.
um, Wally Nason, just a lot of great people that have really contributed to my life, which have introduced me to other people who have contributed to my life. So
Yeah.
that's that's how I met Eric, was at your conference, and then I kept coming back every year because it was such a great conference, and
Thanks.
you just put us in touch with so many resources and
Yeah.
people.
Well, that's awesome. Well, I mean, it's been humbling for me to come down to Nashville and be able to do all that stuff. And now with even this contest, now I'm totally humbled that fans have responded the way that they have to support their favorite songwriter. I did not know if this concept would work at all. I thought, well, it's a little bit weird to ask people to donate or quote unquote pay $1 for a vote, but they've been responding really really well. And I know for you, you said it earlier, you said it helps you to feel more valued, right? I mean, it's
Yeah,
amazing. Yeah.
definitely. It's
Yeah. Pretty
yeah,
humble. I get excited every time I see a vote come in for any one of our contestants. It just excites me so much. So let's talk about your song that's at the top of the list right now. What's the title of your song again?
Inside Things.
That's right. And tell us about the song. When did you record it, and what is it all about?
Well, so I did do a project after I Still Believe. I did another
Yeah.
one, and I hired Eric, and I went down to Nashville and said, I don't want to do another project unless I have great songs. So I want you to listen to all that I'm writing, and then you choose and you tell me, do I have any songs that are good enough to even do a recording? So we sat down at Dark Horse Recording Studio, and he listened through all my songs and brought in another person the next day and listened to all my songs. And this song, Inside Things, when I did the chorus, I just remember Eric saying, "That's a great song. Now rewrite the rest of it. I love the chorus, but rewrite the rest."
Oh
Like,
man.
okay. So I did, and all through that project, Inside Things just always rose to the top, and eventually
Yeah.
he said, "Let's make that the title track." But that song came from a morning when I was reading a passage that talks about all the things that try to keep us from God's love.
Yeah.
But they were big things like famine, darkness, sword, stuff that I always say North Americans don't go through as much as other countries.
That's
And I was,
right.
Lord, that's not the stuff that really makes me doubt your love. It's my heart. It's my fears. It's stuff that people can't see. It's
Yeah.
fear about tomorrow. It's worry about today. Can you help me with this? And so that's what that's where that song came from. And it just really resonated with audiences.
Yeah.
And so I decided, since this is a contest for fans and songwriting,
Yeah.
I decided to choose a song that I knew already resonated with fans.
Yep.
But that I also knew that I was hoping is a well-written song for the judges.
Good.
So
Yeah.
it's, what do I have to lose? That's what I've learned to say in my life. What do I
Well,
have to lose by trying?
it's a fantastic song, and your video was done really, really well too. I mean, we get a wide range of videos that are submitted, and we'll take anything, whether or not it's shot with an iPhone or even a lyric video or a professionally shot video. And your video was definitely professional, and just hats off to you for doing such a great job presenting your song in video.
Oh, well, thanks.
Yeah.
I was torn, I kind of wanted to submit something where it's not about the video, but man, I invested a lot in that project, and I decided to use it.
Yeah, I know, and that's really cool. I mean, you understand about investment. I mean, that's one thing that a lot of independent artists. You're on your own, so you're an independent. They don't quite get that concept that you have to make really great content to be able to get people to stop long enough to even engage it, and you understand that. That's great. If I had another hat, I'd take another hat off. That's fantastic.
Oh,
Really, really,
well,
really good
thanks.
job. So,
So I
man,
have a question for you.
yeah.
I'm curious, do the judges even see the videos? Like, I think
Oh,
if I
yeah.
were a judge, I wouldn't want to look at the video. I'd just listen to the
Oh
song.
no, they see the videos. They go on the same page everybody else goes on, and they watch down them. So I've told them, don't judge on the quality of the video or the quality, or like, it's all about the song. It's about the melody, the lyrics, the structure. Can that song be presented to the music industry with the least amount of work? So we've got two really great judges this week. I mean,
I saw that.
we
I saw
we
that.
have. I know a lot of people in Nashville, so
I know.
we've got Nancy Deckett. Nancy is a great songwriter herself. We call her a song champion. She's in Nashville. She runs a website called Sooner, Sooner. And what she's done is she has come up with a way to match songwriters with industry professionals in her circle to be able to bring them together to possibly get something going on with the song, and can that song generate some revenue? So she's done a great job with her website. So after you get done this, folks, go check out discoversooner.com. Discover Sooner is a great site. And so she's one of our judges. Our other judge is a good buddy of mine, and his name is Jonathan Mason. Jonathan is the VP of A&R Publishing for Word and Curb. So those are two. I mean, Word, you don't get much bigger than Word Music and Christian music. And now they're partnered up with Curb. Curb bought Word not too long ago. And Curb has got like some fantastic, catalogs. And so Jonathan's going to be checking out songs too as well. And so it's a great way for songwriters to be able to get in front of industry people that they may not have any chance of getting in front of. So it's really, really cool. Really cool. So tell us a little bit about, I know that you've been doing a special event there in PA for a number of years. What's that event around Christmas time again? Tell people about that.
It's about snow, portraits of white.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I had a passion to develop a Christmas event with live orchestra in
Wow.
our area. So this year we just passed the 7-year mark,
Yeah.
and I couldn't do a live concert, so I did a DVD. I've never done a DVD before, but
Great.
I really had to crunch, and I couldn't do the budget I would love to, but I still did it, and I'm like, okay, I learned something else. So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
Portraits of
amazing.
White is about my journey with Christmas, and then writing songs out of that, and did a Christmas album, and now we do this show featuring live musicians in the area that are very talented. I'm really more of a facilitator of other talent, and we just get together and entertain audiences, and it keeps growing, and it's a lot of work. It has taken over my life. So COVID, in one way, kind of gave me permission to back up and go, what was I doing before Portraits of White? And this is
Right.
what I was doing, but I kind of gave that all up to focus on the Christmas show.
Yeah.
So now I'm kind of back to, so that it feels good in a way to get back into this. This is what I was doing before Christmas inhabited my whole life all year long.
Yeah, because you have pretty much planned for that all year. I mean,
I
it was
do.
like me with my conferences. It was an all year thing, and culminating in that one big night.
I know you would understand. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's fantastic. I mean, there's not too many artists out there that actually create their own event and then invite their community in to come see it and have it grow. Like it's become like I'm sure it's become like this huge deal in your community.
I hope so. It
Has
feels
I mean, I'm
it
sure
feels that way.
you're getting newspaper stories about it, right? I'm
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. Well, that's a big deal then. I mean, and you know what? That's something that I always taught at my conferences. If you got to be what is it? A minnow? No, a whale in a fishbowl, right?
Yeah.
Instead of a minnow in an ocean. You know what I mean? So you become somebody in your town who people want to have do events. What a great way to get known in your area. I mean, it's. I mean, if I had another hat, I'd take that hat off too, Francis.
Well, thanks. There's
Yeah.
plenty of reasons. Yeah, thank you.
Yep. And so it's been great to talk with you and your fans. I see your fans are watching. I have Ethan Lane. Ethan lives all the way up in Newfoundland, and he used to come to my Inspire Song event out in Aspen. That's how I met him. So he's
Wow.
watching. And gosh, we've got Jenny and we got Anita, Mary Ann, Lisa, Tracy. Daniel, Anna. So we got some people watching this. This is pretty
Okay.
cool. So
Cool.
yeah, you guys are awesome. I appreciate you so much. Just supporting this event. I know when you come to a website and they're asking you to plunk down, rip out the old Visa card or Mastercard, you're thinking, "Uh-oh, I wonder if this is really, something that's legit," and it is. And it's been great. Like I say, we've seen over $75,000 pass through, and we passed that on to the songwriters. And so, Francis, this round will end on Sunday night at 9, and then we'll have your funds to you by like Tuesday or Wednesday. As soon as they all come in, we don't wait around to get the funds to you. So,
Wow.
yeah, and then you can go and do with it whatever it is that you want to do. But thank you again for your time tonight, and really exciting that you're here. It's a pretty good dogfight between you and our number two, Kenny. But you're now up by. I mean, you got Kenny by. It looks like you're going on 400 or 500 votes now. So it was nip and tuck there for a few days, and now you're kind of pushing ahead, and your fans are really coming through
I
for you.
know.
And keep up the great work doing that. You
Thank
know,
you. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm kind of missing that head-to-head competition there with Kenny. Like,
It,
where are you, Kenny? Come
it was
on.
exciting. Kenny might be back. I mean, the
I
thing
know.
about this event is you never know what's going to happen. I mean, literally, we have had like $2,000 votes come in the last minute of rounds, and I'm just going,
Wow.
wow, this is like eBay for songwriters. This is amazing. So it's great. And so, do you have any special little things you're doing for your fans, or can you give away anything at this point? Or are you holding your cards?
No, I have in the last couple days been thinking what can I offer, and so the highest voter will get a customized song
What?
written for them or whoever they want. Um,
That's like a
yeah,
$2,000 value.
I know, I know. It was a big commitment, and I said, okay, but my fans are stepping up and they're committing, so I'm going to commit back. The second prize is a $50 shopping spree to my store. So T-shirts, CDs,
Awesome.
whatever. And people are getting some CDs as they help me get to the next level. Like
Yeah.
from 999 to 1,000, those people are getting CDs.
I think that's a great idea. Way to go.
So
Smart.
yeah,
Very smart.
I don't know.
Very
I'm
smart.
learning as I go. Like,
Well, this is something that's never been attempted before. I don't know if there's any contest like this that the fans actually donate to cast a vote. Imagine if the presidential election was like that. You could vote for the president as many times as you wanted. How much money? I mean, that'd be crazy, wouldn't it?
wow, wow.
Maybe
Well,
I should start. Maybe I should start like president, like global rising president for the next election.
well, I just wanted to say, if there's any songwriters out there watching now or in the future, like I assume that you put this up that people can watch it.
Yep. Oh
Like,
yeah.
like
It's on our Facebook page.
it is scary, but I just like to say a tribute to. I mean, I've had a relationship with you for a long time, and I trust you.
Yeah.
So if I would have just seen this pop up, I probably would have been like, oh, another one of those. But I know you and I trust you. And as soon as you told me about it, I'm like, you know what? Because I know this blesses you too. And you have sown and sown and sown into songwriters. And so if you're a songwriter, do it. Like Keith is trustworthy, and it'll make you put your boots on, I guess. Is that a good way to say it? It's just rise up and believe in yourself. And it's challenging, but it's a good process. So do it. Try it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, I think this comes to the end of our interview. And thank you again, Frances, for your time. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
And all you guys watching, thank you so much again for watching the interview and for being a part of Global Rising Song. And, you can go back over and you can cast another generous vote for Frances
That's right.
anytime you want. So it's not like a one and done thing. We've seen many times where a fan will come back, 2, 3, 4 times as they're checking the leaderboard. And so anytime that you want to come back over and do that again, that'd be great. And we appreciate it. And so, Frances, you have a great night. And you guys have a great night, too. And this brings us to the end of our broadcast. So keep up the great work. See you, Frances.
Thank you. Thanks,
All right.
Keith.
See you guys.
See y'all.
Bye-bye.